The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut, man. How you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All righty, folks. Welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here on TFNN, TFNN.com, and live in your e-signal platform, as well as TFNN.mobi. Let's check out where the markets are trading at right now. We got the S&P is up just a few points, pretty quiet there. We got the Russell up 9. Nasdaq currently up 4, almost 5 points right now on the day. And just a pretty quiet market. Looking on over at the Dow, it's up 44 points. And copper is currently down 1% on the day. We got gold up 0.5%. We got silver up about 1/3% right now. Natural gas is currently moving. It's up about 0.5%, so even pretty quiet on its front. And we got oil up a mere 27 cents. Looking down at our ag markets, we got corn right now down 4.5 points, which is a 1% move on corn. And we got soybeans down $5. It's only 0.5% because it's worth a lot more. Anyways, going on into our foreign exchange markets, we got the pound dollar currently down 18 pips. We got the euro dollar down 1. The euro pound's currently up 3 pips. Dollar CAD down 32. Dollar franc up 11. US yen's currently up a mere 2 pips. Pound yen up only 10. Euro yen up only 1. Aussie yen currently up 21. And we got a 0.17 move on the DX. And little small move down there on the 30-year treasuries there on ZB. All right, so when looking at everything, just quiet. So what do you do? Well, let's pull some charts. Let's see what we got. Obviously, seasonality going on right now. So what is that seasonality? Well, it's Labor Day coming on up. And a lot of people are going out and just chilling out in the markets. And so you got to try to find a strategy that hopefully will help you, potentially pull some profits out here in these quiet days. And there are quite a few different ways you can take advantage of it, but again, it's a flat day, so you want a flat strategy. And just looking at the market, seeing what is there, if anything, that we can take advantage of. Well, I got a pound yen chart that just happens to be up right now, and as you can see, looking on over here, we see some spike trackers going on. We had some going on last night, but not near as many this morning. So, but we did have a few. Let me go in and I'm going to update my indicators back. I was teaching some people how to do some iron condors last evening, and so I need to set this on back to my normal hourly ranges. One of the things I like about having the range indicator on here is it gives me a perspective of time. It's so easy to lose that, especially with different charts, different markets. Knowing that these are an hour long, it lets me see where the expiration would be on a contract should I choose to place a trade. And so on the 5-minute bars right here, we got 5 minutes, we got a spike. Does not break the spike. Would have been profitable on this flat day. But, how can I tell it's a flat day? Look at the volume. It's so low. It's not meeting expectations on a consistent basis. Sort of that 1 out of 5 idea, Could be even less than that, I guess. But, it's just a general rule of thumb. But just looking and seeing that we're really not hitting expectations over and over and over again. It's a nice, smooth trending day. I mean, you definitely got to give it that. It's just, it's not moving fast. So we're not hitting expectations on movement that often. I mean, a couple hours, it's like, 2, maybe 3 hours out of the day so far out of this trading session. And about 3, we haven't hit anything. So just really low volume during those hours. Let's go on. We'll look over at the indices and see what we got going on. And give that a second to load. And we can also look at a couple trades that we had this morning as well over there on our news trading plan. So looking at this, we had So out of the gate, there's a 10 minutes. So we go 510, broke the high. Barely right there at the end, but it did expire in the money. We go 5, 10, 15, did not break the high. We got a 5, broke the high, expired in the money. Looking at this 5-minute one to go long here. Got 5 minutes, broke the high, expired in the money. Got a 5-minute here, did not break the low, so no trade. Not too shabby. I mean, there wasn't a lot there. Yeah, about 4 trades, but each one of them profitable. So, and just in case you're not familiar with it, it's very simple. We're just it's analyzing multiple time frames for volume spikes, and when that spike strikes, then a little lightning bolt appears on the screen. If it's below the market, we buy. If it's above the market, we sell. So long as the subsequent bar breaks the higher low. So if it's below it, then we see, okay, we got 1 strike, so we get 1 bar, and then the next bar out. So you count 1 bar after the strike if there's 1 spike. If it breaks that high, I'm going to buy myself an in-the-money binary. Profitable trade. I might do it even out of the money if it's really close. Okay, really close, really cheap. So those are your 2 choices, but make it break that high. It's the best way to do it. Go over here again. 5, 1 spike, 1 spike, 1 bar after because 1 spike, and then the next bar. Does it break the high? It does. We buy. Okay, here's a 5-minute one. And you go in, there's a spike, go 1 bar after. Did it break the low of that? It didn't, so we don't take the trade. What about when there's a 10 and 15? Well, here's a 10 right here. So we got 2 spikes. So we go 1, 2 bars. Does the next bar break the high? It does, so we have a buy and it's profitable. We got a 15-minute one. So we're going to count 3 bars after that because we got 3 spikes. 1, 2, 3. Did it break the high? Yes or no? Okay, so pretty simple. In this case, it didn't, so there was no trade. So that's really all there is. We're just looking for an in-the-money binary to buy or sell, potentially an out-of-the-money binary, like I said, if it's really, really close. Okay? Anyway, so, but, I mean, you got to, let's see, what, 1, 2, 3 profitable trades and 3 trades total. That's just on the S&P E-minis. We can go over to other markets and look at those. We'll check out the euro dollar, and main thing, of course, I want to check it over here also is the news plan. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll go in, and we had the news plan on the U.S. Durable good orders. And we were able to lower our amount down to 25. Still a little bit challenging to get that one filled unless you legged in on the trade. But going in at 8 a.m. and then carrying this thing on through to 10 o'clock. Where did it expire at? If you were able to pull out the 25 bucks through legging in or through whatever, $6 movement. That means you would have made $21 on the trade. On the high side, it moved on up here. And on the low side, it moved on down to here. So 7 pip move down, 13 pip move up, 21 pip high to low. So we did get a 25 pip range, but it stayed well within that range from enter expiration. We were able to net a $19 profit on a with that $6 move there, going for out of 25 bucks. So 25 potential max profit, getting 21 on that. Not too shabby. And again, that was on the durable good orders. We can see how those numbers came on in this morning. They came in better than expectations, quite a bit better. Not only did the number come in better, but it came in, they revised the last number up. Look at that, 22% versus 7.8. So a pretty large increase over the expectations. And like I said, an uptick from 0.7 to 1.7 from the last report where they revised the final number on the last report. Still stayed within our expectations. So you got to love it when the plan works out, even when there is much better than expected news. Hopping on over to the consumer confidence report coming out at 10 a.m. And we had a 9 to 11. We were looking for about, again, 25 bucks on the trade. Starting a little bit later on this one over here at 9 o'clock. Let's see what happened. 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock expiration right there. Again, a 6 pip net move. Going for 25 bucks. That's a 19 pip potential profit. Again, may have to legged. I'm not quite sure how that one would have worked out there for you if you were able to get in. Moved down 9 pips, and it moved up right here, 8. And but it netted 6. Like I said, on a goal of 25, that would have brought you in, 21 if you stuck to that rule there. And anyways, it stayed well within our projected movement Also let you know, as a trader on the euro dollar, don't expect the market just to fly during that time period. It was a low volatility time on that report. And then add to that a low volatility time of day. Okay? Let's see here. So that's going to be your durable goods and consumer confidence. Tomorrow we got weekly oil inventory report and not a whole lot more. Let's see here. Going on down tonight, you got some, be aware of the construction work on the Aussie. And like I said, tomorrow really nothing happening except for crude oil inventories. Won't be trading again really heavy on anything until we get on over to Thursday. We're going to have the U.S. preliminary GDP. It's not the advanced GDP. Not usually as big of a deal, but preliminary GDP coming out on Thursday morning. A whole bunch of year reports coming out Thursday morning, 3 to 6, so make sure you're aware of that. Got unemployment claims. We can do a spike striker on that one as well. And, all the be aware events are potential spike striker trades. So might want to label them as that because, hey, if you're just paying attention and you find those spikes, often they'll happen there. Okay, so again, might want to, just think about that as a spike striker. Let's see here. I want to add a spike striker label. We'll put that on there. Okay, so that way, some things we're just going to be aware of. Some things, if it's like a press conference or whatever, we're probably not going to be doing that. But just depends upon what kind of conference it is. We're going over. We got pending home sales. And that will be coming up on Thursday at 10 o'clock as well. And let's see, got weekly natural gas inventories, some yen releases at night, and yen housing starts in the evening. We're going to have CAD GDP coming on out. And so we got an iron condor on that. So that is an iron condor. Let's see, I think I may have had it as iron butterfly. So yeah, I'll change that over from iron butterfly to iron condor. And you can do iron butterflies on these. It's just, there's advantages to the iron condor. So you can look at both and see which one, may be best. And let's see here. We got crop progress reports and, weekly weather bulletins, but they come out after the market, so not a big deal there. All right. So that really wraps up our week. I wanted to get you a little bit ahead on next week. We had a lot of stuff coming out. And just to get the whole plan together, as a reminder, again, Monday, holiday. So, Canada is going to be shut down, basically. The U.S. and most of the exchanges are going to be shut down. So you want to make sure that, you should be shut down too. Take some time off. Enjoy it. And we'll come back with some plans to get ready for after that.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, we're back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So we're just talking about, going over some of the new stuff and getting ready for some of next week's news reports. We got a lot of news coming out next week. It'll be a nice welcome back from this holiday break here that's been going on. And okay, so let's pull it up, let's check it out, and let's see what we got. Okay, so right up here, we looking at next week. A few things going on for next Sunday. If you are trading, is going to need to be really big aware of. The one thing I'd say is the PMI report coming out of China and the final manufacturing PMI coming out at 9:45, so the 9 and 9:45 release on China, that could have a significant impact on Aussie and yen. Scrolling on over to Monday, like I said, you should be taking the day off anyway, but if you are trading, be aware of the manufacturing PMI over on the pound. We'll be able to trade it on Nadex. It won't be open. So we're not going to be looking at that report, but be aware of the manufacturing PMI if you are a pound trader. You're trading a spot FX or, whatever on that. And then that night, we're going to have some building approvals, okay? So what we want to do is look at that and go, is there a trade there? So looking at the building approvals and some of the past reports, looking at the current reports, putting all the different pieces together. I want to see if anything's really changed since the last time we did it. And, okay, so I got up the last trade. Now let me look at the actual event from the last trade. So give me 1 second. I'll pull that up because I have to do a little bit different process when I'm going to get next week's reports out. And now that we got that up, we moved 13 pips on the last trade. So it really did not change our plan. All right, so what we're doing is the Aussie dollar building approval report. It'll be coming out at 9:30 at night. We can get in as early as 6 o'clock, okay, for an 11 p.m. expiration for a minimum profit of $25 on an iron condor. So Aussie building approvals enter as early as 6 for an 11 p.m. And there was a little bit of movement on the last report somewhat early, but, you know, that's not the normal standard. I wouldn't be counting on that. But anyway, so 6 o'clock, you want to be ready for that one. $25 is what we're looking for on the trade. And again, that's doing an iron condor. Buying the lower spread, selling the upper spread. If you don't have an account at Nadex.com, then hop on over there. You can get to the link also right there on the TFNN site. Just click on the Nadex banner on the right side of the page. Once you're there, click on Trading Demo Trading Account. Fill in your username, your first name, last name, phone number, and email address. Click Apply for Demo. And what that does is it sets you up right away for free with a demo trading account. They'll send you an email with a password in it. You can log in. You can start testing this stuff out yourself. Also, if we go in and you want to get that demo extended out, they're going to give you $25,000 of paper money, but maybe you want to start getting some live money. Maybe you want to trade a little bit longer on demo. You can hop on over here to open an account for free. Doesn't cost anything. It's pretty easy. Looks like they're updating some stuff. And click on Next Steps there. Fill in some information. Click on Continue to Step 2. And just, you know, takes about 5 minutes, literally, to get an account open, to get it funded. If you get $100 in there or more, some minimum deposit of $100, you get that much in there or more. And if you also place a live trade, whether it's 100 trades or one trade with 100 contracts or one trade with one contract, it doesn't matter. Minimum requirements, $100, minimum requirement, one trade, and you can get that demo extended out for 1 year. And so pretty easy to get that set up and running. So definitely recommend you do that sooner rather than later, especially for next week, because like I said, a lot of big news trades. That's not the big one, but we got some big news trades coming on up, and this is a good time to practice and learn right now. Just get in there and start working out the math and putting the pieces together, okay? So let's keep going and seeing what else we got on our list that has potential. Right on down here. Oh, whoop. I think I jumped a week. Okay, so we got the bank holiday. We talked about that. We got the manufacturing PMI. Let's hop on in. We got the interest rate statement coming out on the Aussie dollar on Tuesday at 12:30 a.m. So we'll talk about that when we get back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at Nadex.com. That's Nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technimental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technimental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technimental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, welcome on back, folks, right here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And looking on at what's coming up, like I said, we got on Tuesday, we're going to have the Aussie dollar release and its cash interest rate out. And so is that something we can trade? Is it something we cannot trade? You know, basically, what is the, of course, you can always trade it, but do you want to trade it, right? So let's look at that and see how it's played out. And I'm just trying to see if I can find any good information on it from some past moves that might be helpful for us as I go in and dig into these stats for you to help you put all the pieces together. And let's see here. A lot of times it can be a pretty decent size, so I'm going to dig a little bit deeper and see how it went on the last report. And looks like a lot of times it's straddle-worthy, so I want to see if we are still having that. It's a tough one. So let's see here. Comes out at 12:30. We're talking going to 7 o'clock. So we actually have some time, and a lot of times the Aussie can take its sweet little time moving. Last report, it moved about 45 pips. Report before that, we moved like 30. Before that, 46. You know, before that, like, what was that? We moved, it shot down 30 and then up 50 from there. For that, we moved like 100. That's when they did an actual rate change. let's see, we got like down 20, up 60, so net 40. We got another down 30, up like 55, net 16. Up 93, up 51, up 79. Overall, I mean, it's been a pretty big mover. Last couple trades, it's been, somewhat quiet. The last one was sort of a bomb. I mean, I think 14 and then down 30, basically netted out 13 pips. But one before that, we got about 38 out of it. But most of them, besides that, looks like there's maybe just a few that wouldn't have worked out that great. So how have we handled this in the past? We've been looking mainly at potential straddles. And you're really going to want to get this thing as cheap as you can. I'm going to go with, I'm just trying to figure out what would actually be a decent amount, because the straddle has to be so cheap to make it worth it after it's really, really moved. Okay, one is, I would say, to expect as much as a 50 pip move on the trade. Like, that would not be a surprise. Okay? If you could pull off, and this is a big if, you could pull off an iron condor for $50, minimum profit, that would be a fantastic trade. Actually, I would even go lower than that. I'd go down to 40 because you got that break-even room and everything else. So, if it moved up, let's see, if I did 40, if I got 20, it moved up 40, it'd be about a break-even. So I would actually do a $40 iron condor. Okay, that's entering at 11 for a 7 a.m. expiration. Tough thing on that is you're not going to be up probably to monitor it as well. But even when it has flown, it's flown like 40 pips, 50 pips. We got a 93 on there. We got 100. So we got two big moves. The rest of them are around 40, 50, 10, 20, 30 pips. Okay? So if you can get $40, that would probably honestly be my preferred strategy on this trade. And just because I only see two massive moves. I mean, those two make you nervous, but there's so many of them that are just right around 40 or 50 pips, and the rest of them are less. And to be able to pull off a straddle, you're talking like trying to find this thing and buy it for $25. Hey, if it's possible, go for it. Okay, so $25 would be right about where you'd need a straddle at. So we're going to have two trades. Okay, an A or a B. We'll list both of them out independently. Okay, but look for a $40 minimum profit iron condor entering at 11 for an expiration at 7, or as cheap as a $25 straddle. Okay, now on that you can enter as late as 12. So enter as early as 11, as late as 12, straddle for a max risk of $25. Okay, so we're gonna have both trades. Hopefully one of them you can get filled. So I'll note in there to make sure, it's like we're not expecting you to do both. Okay, hopefully one of them can get filled, and the move usually takes till, let's say, this one's 2 o'clock. 2. That actually might make it a little easier to potentially pull off both. Let's go in here at 12:30, right? Some of them, though, I mean, they just take the Aussie can just take its sweet little time. I'm going to leave it as is. So that's what we're going to go for. I was trying to look at 2 a.m., but I also see a bunch of times where it doesn't even make its move for like 2 hours. So $25 straddle or $40 iron condor on the Aussie dollar cash rate there. Okay? So it's an either or versus a both trade. And I wouldn't try to pull off the 2 a.m. because, like I said, a lot of times it just takes its sweet time. You could try it, but, you better do your homework and make sure you think that's a good idea, because I'm not quite convinced that I would put my money on that one. All right, so that gives us that. Let's see if we have, we got GDP on, potentially on the franc. Yeah, nothing consistent on GDP on the franc. Going on over to the pound. Looking at that, we got a construction PMI. So that's definitely a potential trade that we could take advantage of there. Let me look back at our reports here, put the pieces together. What do we got? Last one came out there, on August 4th. And, okay, so we got construction PMI on the 4th. And let me see, how did it perform? How did it do? We were looking at a $30 range. Going out to 7 a.m., it moved 3 pips. Got 13, 28, 22, 12, 11, 28, 35, 30, 0.5, 0.7, 7. There's only 2 of them that even move 30. So most of them didn't even move 20. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring that down, make that a little more realistic fill price for us. Okay, I'm going to bring that actually down to $20. So on the construction PMI, there on the pound dollar, we're going to be entering at 11 o'clock, or as early as 11 o'clock there, on September 1st. Markets open back up after, the holidays over, 6 o'clock, they start kicking back into gear. So as early as 11 o'clock, I mean, it could be as late as midnight, okay, on the 1st. And we're going in, we're looking for a $30 minimum profit for a 7 a.m. expiration for the, 4:30 a.m. release of the construction PMI. Okay? So that is a trade right there. So we got that one knocked out. Starting to get into Tuesday here. All right, now we're going to hop on over to the ISM manufacturing. So let me see what we got. And let's see, it's the manufacturing, not the non-manufacturing, but the manufacturing PMI. And let's see here, where is it? ISM manufacturing. Okay. And let's pull up the news plan for that. We're going to have all next week done. It'll be nice to get this out of the way this week, and we can focus on trading and reviewing when we get back, when things really are starting to rock and roll for us. And let's see, nothing there. Let me go a little bit further. Go back to July. This report usually comes out right on the 1st. It'll come on the 2nd because there's a holiday. And, okay. So we usually go for about $25 on ISM. Let me see how that's been playing out, because I've been able to tighten a lot of these up lately, just really getting down the math and mastering this. Yeah, we had a 9-tick net move. We had a 2, 19, 3, 3, 9, 24, let's see, 8, 8. Yeah, so we're at $25. We only had a couple of them at the 24.25, but that's great. I like that idea of, hey, if we can get that, maximum range, it's really moving, that's perfect. But I'm also finding, as I trade them, that it can be more challenging to get those fills. And so would I rather take a hit of maybe, say, $5, okay, a couple times, but be able to catch $10, $15 over and over again on the other trades? Net out, positively with only maybe a couple $5 losses. Now, when I say 5, it could be 5, 500, 5,000, depending upon how many contracts you're doing. But, I got to make sure I have the planability. So you got probability, okay, it's, 10 out of 12 profitable, but I could even 12 out of 12 if I did 25 pips. That's great. But if I can't get the trade filled, it doesn't do me any good, because now my stats are not going to be 12 out of 12, right? So, because I will have like maybe 3 or 4 or none. So we're going to drop that down to 20 pips. So we're going to look at the ISM manufacturing PMI, 20 pips, entering at 9 for an 11 a.m. expiration. Okay? This is what we'll be looking at right there. On the euro dollar. And that ought to get you set up for trading that. Let's see what else we got going on. Might be able to do something with the rest of that day. Let's see. We got put on your calendar. Be aware. Non-manufacturing PMI in China. Again, that affects usually the Aussie affects the yen. Okay, Aussie yen, Aussie dollar, dollar yen, pound yen, euro yen, whatever yen. So just make sure you are aware of that. 9 o'clock. That usually does have a pretty decent little impact there. Where they're going to go in, we have the GDP coming on out of the Aussie. And I'm going to have to scroll pretty far back to find that one. And looks like the last GDP, we're looking for quite a pretty big move. So let me pull it up, see just how things have changed. Put all that together. We were looking for an iron condor on it. We were looking for a 7 a.m. Potentially expiration on it. Let's see if we want to change that up. 9:30, so 11 p.m. expiration. Okay. So at 11 p.m. expiration. And we got, it's been really flat. Okay, so we had 3 pips, 3 pips. We got 70. We got 50. We have, let's see, netted out at like 5, 24, 7, 3, 80. Okay? And I'm just reading out how far the market moves on average on these trades. We got a 30. We have 26, 48. So quite a bit of big moves. There's a couple that move large. This is a trade that's not so late that you can't stay up and manage it and hop out of the trade should it decide to, just go crazy on you. We're going to tighten that down. We're going to bring that to a 40 pip iron condor. Okay? So you can enter as early as, on this trade, you can enter as early as 6. Okay? Probably the earlier the better. You're looking for an 11 p.m. expiration for a $40 or more profit, $40 minimum profit. And that's trading the Aussie dollar GDP on September 2nd at 9:30 in the evening. All right. Well, that covers up Tuesday for us. Scrolling on into Wednesday, we're going to have Bank of Canada rate statements. But it keeps going, man. We get we're getting press conferences and rate statements on multiple pairs this week. We're getting MFP. So it's going to be a really exciting news week. It's a lot of homework. Got to put a lot of work in. But I try to make it easy for you. Let's see here. What do we got? We got a services PMI coming out at 430 on the pound dollar on Wednesday, September 3rd. So what do we got there? Looking at the pound, looking at the services PMI. And let's see. Last trade, it moved. How far? It moved a net 18 pips on us. And let's see here. We're usually going for how much on this trade? We're usually going for as much as 45, maybe less than that. So let's see if we can get less. Okay, so we got 18 pips. We have 19 pips. We got 30, 40, 19, 15, 7, 7, 22, 28. Okay. So there's only a couple that actually moved far enough to justify 45. That's why I said I'm sort of learning about how to tighten these things up a little bit. And we got basically a 40 and we have a 35. Beyond that, everything is like in the $15 to $20 range. I think there's one massive mover in the entire group that moved to 60. But most of them right there. So we can, look at the biggest one and go, well, we can cut that in half. And would that be good? 30 pips. Yep, there's plenty of them that you would actually profit on for 30 pips. So let's go ahead and take a minimum profit, okay? Minimum profit of $30 or more. Iron Condor entering at 11 for a 7 a.m. expiration. That's entering like Tuesday at 11 o'clock for a 7 a.m. Wednesday expiration for the pound services PMI that will be released at 4:30 a.m. for a minimum profit of $30 right there on the pound dollar. Moving on down, we got retail sales in Europe. Let me see if that is trade worthy. What we have here. Let's see. Getting closer on that. Let's see. Retail sales. Don't have anything on it, but I might. Actually, I do have the stats on it now. As I said, adding more and more stats in here. And let me see if I can potentially make a trade out of this. All right, well, I'm going to have to analyze this one a little bit deeper, but we'll do it when we get back. Stay right there.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. DirectionShares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the DirectionShares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this this and other information about DirectionShares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact DirectionShares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. October, and right now the euro-dollar retail sales. So the euro-dollar retail sales, very, very small mover. Thought it'd be small. Didn't think it would be that small. We were actually looking at a $15, believe it or not. I mean, we're talking like 3 pips, 5 pips, 7 pips. $15 iron condor. So we're entering at as early as 11 o'clock and expiration as late as 7. You just need $15 to get the trade on. So minimum take profit, $15. Really, really small. Okay? Anyway, so that knocked that one out. That's a new one we just added to our list. Hopping on over, we got the dollar CAD, and we have the Aussie dollar retail sales. So for Wednesday evening, retail sales will be at 9:30 on the Aussie dollar. And let me pull that one on up for you. We got a movement last time of a whole 2 pips. And we had like 13 before that, 20, 41, 7, 30, 18. Let's see here. We have about 35. So pretty small. Very small moves, all in on that, looking at just the history and how it's all played out. And let's see. Let me pull up a couple more things on it. And we'll see if we got anything worth putting together from some of the past releases as well, tying in just the knowledge of what I've learned on that. I got to look at my own personal journals as I go through this. And not on that one. Give me one more second. I want to hopefully finish out these 2 trades before the segment is done today. That'll leave us clean and done with this one. But let's see. We're not getting anything. Okay, I want retail sells. And there we go. Okay. Pulling up some other numbers on here. Just one of these is going to pull up and work for me. Okay. Based on the stats and what I'm seeing, like I said, 13, 12, like 1, 28, 41, 36. There's like a period of like 3 months or 3 releases that were pretty big. But then 7, 30, 18, 18, 31. There's enough 30s that I'm going to go ahead and say we need a minimum of 30, ideally more, but a minimum of $30 profit on the trade. There's just there's 4 of them out of 12. So we need to go ahead and get a minimum $30 profit on the Iron Condor for the Aussie dollar retail sales, entering at 9 for an 11 o'clock or entering at 8 for 10 o'clock. You can do either one. So either 8 to 10 or 9 to 11, looking for a $30 minimum take profit. You can even do the 6 to 11 on that trade because it doesn't really move a lot before the announcement. So I'm going to give you 3 choices: 6 to 11, okay, 8 to 10, or 9 to 11. Whatever is possible, just see if you can find one for $30 minimum profit on Wednesday for the Aussie dollar retail sales. And then let's see. We'll see if we can before the music starts playing over here. If it does, we'll have to cover tomorrow. But the Bank of Canada interest rate statement. And let's see here. Hopping on into Canada. Looking at my interest rate statements on it. On the overnight rate that's coming on out. Last release, they're 7.16 or 6.4. So on the 16th, Canada over rate statement. All right, so we had a few different plays last time. And what we're looking at is, again, it's coming out at 10 a.m. on September 3rd. And looking to get into an Iron Condor on that one for 9 o'clock no later than 9:25 for an 11 a.m. expiration for a minimum profit of $40. And but we might also look for a potential straddle on it. We'll pick USD CAD up tomorrow for next week. And we'll get the entire week laid out because we got a whole lot more happening on Thursday and Friday of next week. That's why I want to start early, because this is going to be a long analysis. See you tomorrow.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
You're watching Tiger TV.